Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Ethereum. We're going to be investigating where we think this is going and what moves we see playing out in the near future. Okay, but before we jump into that, I'd just like to say thank you for everyone who has subscribed. We're over 200 subscribers now. Really appreciate it. Really means the world to us, helps motivate us to carry on pushing out the content. Really appreciate it, guys, so thank you. Also, if you haven't, please hit that subscribe button. Why not smash that like button if you're enjoying the content, and why not leave us some feedback in the comment section down below. Okay, so let's jump into the moves that we can see. So my primary account is still looking for this wave 3 to the downside to play out, though if we jump actually back up here into the smaller time frames, we have a few things that could be playing out. And within this, what we were talking about yesterday is basically the fact that we could have been completed this B wave here and we're potentially looking to move to the upside. For the most part, this is still a potential. It's just the structure currently is not great, and I've been looking at it again, and I think that there's a possibility we could see some additional downside here where we actually look to break down a little bit further. So upon reviewing these waves, there's sort of two options that I can see within this, and I'm actually going to go over this one first. So there is a possibility that what we have is a bigger WXY pattern here, where we actually have this as a triangle for this X wave. So if this was the case, basically what we would have done is we would have formed an A, a B, a C wave, and a D wave, and now we're looking for completion of this E wave. This E wave could come all the way up to this trend line. Ideally, it wouldn't cross back above this 120657 area. If it did, then actually I'd think that there's something else going on here, and that potentially what we've just had is an A, B, C, and then an X, and then we've got another C wave. So this would just actually all become an A, B, and a C to the upside if that does play out. But for the most part, it seems to be obeying this as a triangle. So we just need to keep an eye on that. So with this move potentially here, if we wanted to look at this as a triangle within this move, there's a couple of ways we can look at it. We can either look at this as an A wave, this is a B, and then this is all within a C wave, which would change it slightly. Or alternatively, we could actually look at this as a bigger WXY, which is what I actually prefer to look at it as. And if that would be the case, what we'd be looking for is the potential that what we could actually have is a shape like this developing. That once we break down from this triangle, we could actually be looking to target out towards this 1158.32 zone. So now if I just quickly toggle this back on here, we can see, so this is that 1-to-1 ratio. If I just delete this yellow line, we don't need that. However, this green support zone here could actually give us some other areas that this might fall short. And if I throw this back onto here, actually, let's just get it back on this high point, down into this low point here, up into this high point, and what we can see here is that potentially this 786 lines up quite nicely with the previous with this support 786. So it is possible that we could potentially actually fall short with this. The 1-to-1, like I said, is this 1158 zone. Alternatively, we could be looking to potentially target out maybe a little bit higher up in this box, this 1168 zone, or potentially even lower. It just depends on how the structure actually forms out of this. If it does develop as a triangle, whether we get that as a 5-wave move or an additional 3-wave move to the downside, because this could actually just be an A, B, and a C instead of a WXY, and actually we're looking for a 5-wave move to the downside instead of a 3-wave move. So we just need to monitor it as it progresses, basically, with that. So this zone here could offer us some potential areas that we could look to find support in again. Like I said, this 1168, 1175, 1162, somewhere within this range. Ideally, we wouldn't want to come down below this 1150 area. Though, like we were talking about yesterday, it is still possible for us to actually drop below that point and still have that C wave to the upside. So this B wave here, this green B wave, it is possible for this to break this low and actually still get a 5-wave move to the upside. this would be an irregular flat correction if it does play out like this, where we have this as a 3, this is a 3, and then basically looking for that 5-wave move to the upside. So we just need to bear in mind that even if we do break down, unless the structure is correct for a 5-wave move, which currently is not looking great for, that it is still possible. We look for that push to the upside again and look to come and target out this red box area, potentially between this 1171, sorry, this 1246 all the way up to this 1306, but common areas would be this 1246, 1271, and finally this 1306. This would be a 702, which can sometimes offer us resistance, but the most common ones are those other ones we talked about. So if this does play out as we have it indicated here, what we could be looking for is this to form a zigzag to the upside. Like I said though, this E-wave could fall short, and it is actually possible that what we could get is something as short as moving up towards this 1199 zone at a 1-to-1. It could even fall below that and potentially maybe find rejection at these lows here of like 1195 and then look to break down. Though we just need to give it a bit of time because there's a few possibilities. So the alternative to this move here, and it's less common, but it doesn't mean that it can't happen. And basically, if I just actually remove this now, let's clear off this one as well. Why is that not disappeared? There you go. So it is also possible that basically within this move that we have to the downside here, that as a B wave, we could actually count this as a W into this point here. We're getting an X wave as a flat correction in this instance, or as a flat, and then basically was zigzag rather, and then basically what we'd be looking for is the fact that we could actually form a Y wave triangle. So the difference with this move effectively would be that we wouldn't, with this move, we would actually complete this triangle and break to the upside. So this is something I'm just keeping an eye on. For as long as we manage to hold above this 1184 and we also don't break above this 1206 region, there is still the potential that we could form this. Although within this form, the triangle wouldn't be completed yet. So we'd only really get confirmation of this on this D-wave touch point. And I mean, this D-wave touch point could vary slightly in its location that it happens. It could be shorter like this if we use this previous wick here, and then we look for a smaller triangle here. Or alternatively, this D wave could look to extend but not cross this B wave. It could even technically come up and match it and then fall down. So it's possible that we could get this triangle in the reverse here. If it does play out in the reverse here, what we'd be then looking for is that if I throw back this on, what we'd actually be looking for is that effectively this B wave then would end wherever this E wave ends. And then we'd be looking for that push to the upside here, potentially towards this 1270 zone. I'm going to recheck that from this point up to the, and let's just say we end up somewhere here. So I would push up a little bit higher in that point, in that case, it would be this 1278. And if I throw this back on, you can see that that 1271 is a 0.618 retracement. So if we do move back up into that zone, it could be an interesting little area that we look to target out. So basically that's what we're currently looking for. If we manage to hold above these points, and so the triangle invalidations basically for this one are dropping below this 1184 and dropping and moving above this 1206. The alternative one, which is this one, the invalidations for this would be dropping below this 1181 and also moving above the C wave here, which would be 1206. Moving back above that would invalidate the potential of a triangle here, and looking for that move down as a triangle it is possible we could still just look at this as a more complex B wave here, where this becomes an A, a B, and a C, and we push up and then we break down. But it would also be more likely that it actually we could have completed maybe within this, and we're looking to break above. If we move back above this X wave high here, basically, I would start looking at this potentially as a completed move, and we're looking to break back above it. The direct sell-off option from this area is not looking great just because of the structure on the waves. You can try and push it and say that you've got a diagonal here into this point, but it really is it's not very tidy, and I don't really like the structure, to be honest with you. It doesn't look right. So I think this is more likely that we've got either this WXY where we're going to look to push lower and then actually move up and take this high point, or alternatively we're going to form a Y wave triangle within here, and then we're going to look to break to the upside again. Like I said previously, even taking this low point here doesn't really invalidate that move to the upside, though what would invalidate it is if we actually start to see some better structure developing here, where these waves start to make more sense, and if we do start to progress to the downside, maybe we can start counting this slightly different, where all of this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 with some overlap, and that's wave 1 of 3 or something to that effect. But at the moment it's pretty much if you're trying to do that, it's pretty much guesswork, because there's so much overlap here. It just doesn't make sense as an impulse. Okay, so that's where we're going to leave the video. We really appreciate you guys watching, and if you enjoyed the content, like I said before, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and why not leave us some feedback in the comment section down below. Also in the description down below you'll find an affiliate link to BYBIT. This is a great exchange to use if you haven't got an exchange on it already. Using the affiliate link helps support the channel. Also, they've got great risk management tools within there. You know, you can see when you set up your trade, you can see your liquidation price, how much loss you would make or profit you would make at your target areas that you put in. Really has some great risk management tools within it. Also in the description, you'll find a link to Discord. This is free to join. Why not come and join the general chat area? Once you're in there, just mention a member of staff. We'll be happy to help you out with anything. Okay, everyone. Hope that you have a great day, and be careful out there. The market's a bit choppy. This could go either way, so we just need to have our wits about us. And until we see each other in the next video, take care out there.